What's up, guys? Sarah Benz. I'm here for another video. As usual, I'm here with my good friend Ty. Guys, I want to make a quick announcement before we get into the video today. I just filmed an instructional with BJJ Fanatics. By this time, because I filmed a lot of videos tonight, I'm not sure if it would be out or not. I highly doubt it. It's going to be out hopefully sometime in April. But it was finally a place where I got to organize myself and put 8 to 10 hours of content into one instructional. We filmed all day. I think it's over 6 hours of content. It's all on the half butterfly guard. All about the half butterfly guard, the ins, the outs, the sweeps, the submissions, the concepts, the transitions, the defense, the control, everything you need to know about it. It's a topic a lot of people ask me about, so I just wanted to announce that. I'm really excited. Thanks so much to you guys for following along on everything. Today we're going to look at the deep half guard, which is a different guard, obviously, than the half butterfly, but it's a guard a lot of people ask me about. Maybe because I teach at Bernardo Frias Academy, not really sure. Being quite honest, I very rarely use the deep half guard unless it's to transition to about 2 or 3 things. So my deep half guard game is very simple and it's very different from my instructor Bernardo. So let's take a look at the deep half guard position. So let's say I'm here, I pull the deep half, and I get into this position. Guys, let's move back. Okay. So guys, one thing to remember in the deep half guard. This is a tip from Bernardo. Always, always, always try to be on your side like in half guard. So like with a generic half guard, half butterfly, Z guard, knee shield, you always want to be on your side. The same thing goes for the deep half. I don't want to be flat. The biggest mistake that I made myself when I played deep half guard before coming here, and that a lot of other people make, is they're flat like this. That gives him the ability to start controlling my arm. It gives him the ability to start cross-facing me if possible. So the minute that I put his arms on the mat, if possible, and turn onto my side, I'm going to be much, much better off than if I was flat. This allows me to hide my elbow much better so he can't attain underhooks, and my head. There's 2 variations of the deep half guard. One is the single leg deep half guard where I control one leg. Okay, so I kind of scoot up and I'm here controlling one leg. The other, I control both legs. So I control this far hip with my right hand and I control both legs. Bernardo, my instructor, likes to switch from each one of these, the single leg deep half and the far one. Sometimes people try to step their knee over the head and you have to catch it with your right hand. So that's a principle of deep half. But furthermore, I like to play the single leg deep half more than the far one. You can also grab the belt and kind of find it in between, which I do very often. Guys, one thing to always be aware of is the underhook on this arm. So for example, I'm on my left hip, so my left arm underhook is very dangerous. Also, the Kimura on the left arm is very dangerous. If he starts to attack the Kimura on my left arm, guys, that's a huge issue. So I have to keep that elbow tucked the whole time. I'm figure fouring my legs here. Doesn't need to be a crazy pinch on my knee or anything, but I can't let his foot out. If he tries to draw his foot out, I have to make sure that I pinch and keep his foot there, and just stay on your side, guys. So stay on your side, prevent the underhook, prevent the Kimura, and keep his foot. Once we're here, we have a lot of options, right? We can come underneath his leg and start to attack sweeps like Bernardo does, where he kind of starts to get up. Guys, when I play the deep half, my favorite thing to do is start to play with butterfly hooks. So one thing I do a lot is go to single leg X. So I control his pants here, okay? And then I keep my elbow tight. I bring my hook underneath. So my right hook in this case comes underneath. I start to lift his leg, okay? Then I switch my left hook. I pull, and I switch to the single leg X. That's something I do all the time because I'm focused on his leg only, right? I'm in this single leg deep half. I'm on my side. We're here. It's hard to get this foot under initially, so I bring the right foot first, then the left foot. Okay, so I'm here, right, lift, left, in, back to being tight. Now I'm going to extend, right? I use the belt grip to extend. I use my hand to extend. I use my hook. Okay, and now look, my right knee draws in, and I'm going to do a change of direction. I'm going to pull his leg to my armpit and switch. See how I did a full change of direction? So that's one of my favorite things to do from the deep half. Right, so I'm here in the deep half. We're fighting. I come here, extend, and I go in to the single leg X, Ashi, start to attack lower body attacks, or whatever it might be. Another thing I do from the single leg, or from the deep half guard is again messing with my butterfly hooks. I'm a big butterfly guy. So I bring this hook in, okay? Then I'm gonna reach this hand back behind his leg and grab his pants. It's a really awkward grip and I do it very quickly, okay? Now I'm going to shuck him forward with my left arm and my right arm as I elevate his leg. My head's going to come out behind him. Okay? Now at this point I have two options. If he doesn't react, I start to take the back. Okay? If he starts to sit on top of me, I come here, extend, and I go for the leg drag. A lot of people start to get frantic and put their weight on you, and you end up getting the leg drag. So, one more time. I'm here in the deep half, defending myself, right? I start to get this hook in. I like to control the deep half like this a lot. I make this awkward grip here with my palm up, and then I'm going to shuck as I extend like so. Okay? Now, if he starts to come back on me, I bring this hook in. So, this hook comes in. He sits back. I extend this way, and I get the leg drag. So that's another thing I like to do from the deep half guard. One more thing. When I'm here in the deep half guard, I'm always trying to get underneath him. Always trying to come out the back door for the most part if I'm not pulling single leg X. Because from here I can start to extend, I can start to attack his back. So now let's look at an X guard entry from the deep half. So the last thing I'll show in today's video is that I like to go for the X guard. So contrary to what people believe, you can go to the X guard on this leg if you have the dexterity. For example, I have the dexterity to lift, and get into this very, very tight compromised X guard. I wouldn't recommend it because it's very easy for him to step his leg around. Yeah, which is bad news sometimes. So, what I like to do is go from here to here, controlling the pants, lift, insert this hook, and then look, I'm going to lift, come underneath, and extend for the X guard. Very similar to how we did the single leg X pull, just a different entry. Now we go for the X guard, we start to extend him, we start to sit up, and we start to attack. So one more thing, we're here, we're in the deep half, we're fighting. I always hide my arm because I'm small, and I'm easy to Kimura from here if they get the grip. So I never let them get the grip. I come here, come under, keep tight, lift, and I go for the X guard. So one more time. Guys, what's really important here is this change of direction, guys. As I lift, I start to turn. My knee comes in, extending with the knee, extending with the knee, extending with the knee. Other hook comes in. You have to have that knee extension when you're here and he's tighter. I have to push, and get into the X guard. X guard details, make sure that his foot is high at your shoulder, not at your bicep. Here, turning his knee, so pulling your elbow tight, keeping his knee up. I've made some videos on the X guard and single leg X, so I'm not going to get into it. But there it is, guys. A simple, quick video on 3 things that I love to do from the deep half guard and some of the basics in control. I kind of wrapped all the deep half stuff into one thing because it's not a position that I do very often. I kind of start to hit it quickly, and if I feel threatened and like I can't do much, I'll dig myself to the deep half and I'll start to look for those 3 sequences of moves, and a lot of times it's a safety net. I know the position, I know how to control it, I know what I need to prevent, and then I have a goal in mind. Sometimes having a simple thing like 3 different techniques from one position is going to help segregate you from other people, because I can tell you if I get to deep half, those are literally the only 3 things I'm looking for the most part. Obviously I improvise if something comes up and like we end up in 50-50 or we end up in some weird position or he does something different. Yeah, you always improvise when you roll, but that's the goal. So guys, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions. Thanks to my friend Ty. Be on the lookout for my half butterfly guard instructional. I'll be talking about some entries into deep half and stuff like that. So guys, thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me grow my channel. Guys.